Hey there, Gigsters. Welcome back to my channel. Let's dive right into today's topic. Let's go. What's up, YouTube fam? It's your girl here, back again for another video. I apologize for leaving you guys in the lurch. Oh, my name. My apologies. It's been crazy back to school time for my daughter. So I've been doing my best. I did not want to leave you guys stranded and out here wondering where I've been, all three of you. So I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. So one of my three viewers, and I love and thank each and every one of you because you do matter, actually wrote in and gave me a very good question. And he writes, "You are welcome. I enjoy the content. By the way, is it hard for you to keep your customer rating at 5.0? Walterrich Rice." So Walterrich Rice. Try to say that fast 5 times. I dare you. So that's a very good question. What do I do to keep my ratings high? Okay, I want to start this video off by just saying some people, hey, you're just not going to be able to appease. It's just not going to happen. I mean, you've got some people who are just really biatches, you know, just to be honest with you. So sometimes it cannot be helped. They can have a bad day and just blast your ratings to shit because they didn't like the fact that you didn't say thank you where they could hear it audibly, or you didn't wear your DoorDash shirt, or whatever reason, pettiness that they decide. So it's really kind of you got to give yourself that little bit of leeway when it comes to ratings. You know, allow yourself to understand that these are just humans having the same experiences as you are, which can be a bad one, just so happen in the time when you deliver. The first step though, or the first tip that I would recommend, is nothing uncommon to what you haven't already heard, and that's to ensure that there are condiments, that there are utensils and whatnot that are in the bag with the order, especially if it's something like food that they need to eat with utensils. You know, I think nothing is a little more frustrating than that, especially when you're delivering to a business where they may not have a kitchen area. It's very important to ensure that you have that stuff on deck and on hand. And I usually keep a few extra myself, especially when it comes to things like straws and napkins and the plasticware in the bag, or the plastic air baggies. I try to keep a lot of those on deck just to have that to kind of hand out to my customers. So they really appreciate that. Another thing, when you approach the customer, be as friendly as possible. I mean, I think that we as courier drivers sometimes forget or neglect the fact that this is still customer service focused, okay? So as you know, a lot of your ratings will depend on your likability and how comfortable these clients or these customers feel with you coming to their front door. So it's always good to go with a smile. I always warmly greet my customers and say hello, good afternoon, good evening, and I always thank them at the end for actually working with us, because let's face it, there are a million, well maybe not a million, but there's a small handful of different carrier services that they could have used. So I always thank them for using DoorDash or whatever food service I'm delivering with. Another thing is I try to keep, this goes back to the condiments, I try to keep things like these little fresh snaps. I don't know if you could see them, but like these little fresh snaps, which I think that you can order from eBay for relatively cheap, or you can do like I do and just steal them from any of the local pizzerias or anything. It's not stealing, but you know, just take a few extras if you can. And I like to, especially if I have a customer who is ordering something like barbecue or something that's a little more sloppy, I always try to take a few extra, and I don't put them in the bag. Here's the deal. I put them in the customer's hands. And the reason that I do that is because I want them to know that this is from me, not from the restaurant. Another thing that I like to do is I picked up these handy dandy little cards. These cards are actually, you can actually purchase them from, I don't know if it's catching it or not. You can actually purchase cards like these from DoorDash. But honestly, it's another thing that I just picked up. I was delivering from a business. They had a stack of them, and I picked them up, and I always give them to my customers. I didn't grab that many, but I grabbed enough. Actually, that's my last one. I got to grab some more. But but I grab those, and I also give those as incentives to thank my customer for using DoorDash, or if I can find anything else to give them as a little treat. And speaking of little treats, something that I found very, very, very useful, again, at keeping those ratings high and keeping my customers happy, is I went to the dollar store. I went to, I think it was like the Dollar Tree, and I got a baggie or a bag of those peppermints. They love them. They love them. They love them. They were only $1. And I don't put it in the bag, or if I do put it in a bag, I'm sure to let my customers know, hey, I dropped a few mints in the bag for you, so I hope you enjoy your meal. Again, it's just the little subtleties that customers really truly appreciate when you are delivering and providing customer service for them. Last but not least, you can always go for the method of just asking them for a rating. You know, I know you're usually in a hurry. You're dropping the food off. You kind of want to make a quick dash to your next order, which you've probably gotten after you get out of your car or your truck to drop it off already. But it really pays to just ask the customer, hey, if you enjoyed your service today, please be sure to rate me. I mean, you'd be surprised. Sometimes what I find is customers won't rate you. Not necessarily because it's a bad experience, because I think that bad news travels much faster than good news. So I think that more often than not, they will not rate you if the service was good to decent. I think that normally customers will rate you if it's either exceedingly higher than their expectations, or if it's exceedingly lower than their expectations. So when you're usually in the middle there, they usually don't comment. But I think that that's when I would ask them definitely to, please, if you're satisfied with the service today, please just drop a comment or just drop a rating. I'd appreciate it. And just keep it moving. It's a quick dash. But it's these little things that I think that really adds a lot of flavor to your delivery experience and the experience for your customers. So I hope that helps. I know that there are other dashers and other couriers out there that are doing amazing jobs. And I'll also post my ratings somewhere around here, so that you can see them. Again, they fluctuate. Usually for quality, I do anywhere from 5 to 4.88 is the lowest I've ever seen it. But again, I practice these often and I've never had an issue whatsoever, so I hope that they work for you. But for other dashers or for other carriers is where I was going originally. Please drop what works for you down below. Let's help each other out and get this thing popping. All right, thanks for joining me again, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.